Utica Club has been gracing palates across central western New York and all across the Northeast since 1888. Is it any good?
The boys from Utica are there to break out the Utica Club.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Treehouse Brewing Company YouTube channel, where from time to time we will taste beers from across America, give you a little bit of history, and then give you our thoughts on the beer and whether or not you should spend your hard-earned money on it. And today we have Utica Club, which hails from the small city of Utica in central New York. What do I know about Utica? Not much. I know that every time I drive western New York, I drive through it. I know that this beer has a cult following that has persisted for over 140 years. And I know that many of us here at Treehouse have told me before this tasting that I'm really going to like this one because it's really, really good. And before we taste it, we're going to do a little bit of history. So the story of the beer Utica Club starts in 1920 when Prohibition hits. Like so many brewers, West End was forced to get creative. And to survive, they created a line of soft drinks, which they dubbed Utica Club. Throughout Prohibition, the Utica Club brand made a line of sodas such as the Lemon Ricky and a malt tonic. Fast forward to December 5th, 1933, when Prohibition was repealed. Utica Club was at the center of that story, and at just 5 minutes past midnight on December 6th, history was made. The West End Brewing Company became the very first brewery in the United States to get a federal brewing license to sell beer legally again. And the first legal beer poured in America after Prohibition, you know where this is going. That beer was Utica Club. To celebrate, the city of Utica threw a huge, infamous parade, marching straight from the brewery to the Hotel Utica, where that very first glass of Utica Club was raised to celebrate the end of Prohibition and the start of a new era when a legend was born. So through the 1930s, 40s, 50s, Utica Club cemented itself as the working man's beer. Crisp, accessible lager with a real, authentic American character. Then came 1958. Enter Schultz and Dooley, two talking beer steins.
All right, you mugs, you've been disturbing the peace down at the Utica Club.
Throw the book at him, Sudsy.
Voiced by comedy legend Jonathan Winters, these quirky commercials weren't just funny, they became a pop culture phenomenon and boosted Utica Club sales by 50%. Then in 1965, the brewery opened its doors to the public for the first time, and visiting Utica Club became part of the upstate New York experience.
Take the free Utica Club Brewery tour with its gay little old-time trolley. Relive the past.
By 1968, the brand launched its Where It Really Swings campaign, complete with its own beer drinking song.
Utica Club. Utica Club.
Utica Club wasn't just a beer, it became a nightlife, it became music, it was fun, and innovation followed. Then in the 1970s, Utica Club rolled out new packaging, including the infamous beer ball. You know what I'm talking about, right? So again, in 1978, Utica Club found itself ahead of the curve with the release of Utica Club Lights. It was one of the very first light beers in America, setting a trend once again, like the first beer coming out of Prohibition. So the sands of time continued to wear on and Utica Club stayed the same. 80s, 90s, Utica Club stuck around. For generations of New Yorkers, it has remained a nostalgic favorite. It's a beer with history, a beer with character, a beer with staying power, and it has not continued to go unnoticed. In fact, in 2019, this beer took home a bronze medal at the New York State Craft Beer Competition, and again, in October of 2024, it earned a national award as one of America's very best premium lagers. Today, Utica Club is still brewed with the original recipe, American hops, two-row barley malt, corn adjuncts. Allegedly, it's crisp, clean, refreshing, and proudly still made at the same historic brewery in Utica, New York. It's a beer that made history, and it's a beer that keeps bringing people together. Let's see how it tastes. So Porter, one of our senior brewers here at Treehouse, sourced them from New York State. We don't have any additional information for you. We like to share that information with you if we have it, because whether or not this beer was kept cold is important to us. How old it is important to us, and I don't seem to have any date code information on the bottle. So again, this could be not great, it could be phenomenal, and it could be difficult to discern whether or not that's the beer's fault or its handling's fault. All that said, let's dive in. Again, I like to comment on the design, the label. I think it's kind of cool. It's quirky. it doesn't really look like anything else. And it's got a kind of a old school nostalgic energy to it. It's not trying to be anything that it isn't. And I really like the design. It's kind of all over the place. You've got the cursive writing, and then you've got sans serif fonts, and you've got presumably a woman draped in an American flag holding barley, which is interesting. But it's all there on the label, XX Pure. I don't know what that means, but it means something. Brewed from best quality malt grains, choicest hops, absolutely pure. Again, I don't know how it would be unpure, but that's what it says. So here we go. The first beer sold after Prohibition. Today we are tasting Utica Club. Hopefully you guys like the history lesson. I know we're probably 5 or 6 minutes into the video now, but I think it's important to know the background before we try something. You guys are giving me a hard time about not drinking it out of the glass, and as I mentioned before, when we do these tastings outside, the direct or indirect sunlight can quickly affect the outcome of the beer. So this time I'll do both. I'll pour it into the glass, I'll drink it out of the glass, I'll also drink it out of the bottle and give you both of my impressions. Wow, it pours more yellow than I expected. For some reason I thought it may have been a hair darker. But it dubs itself as a Pilsner lager beer, which should be on the lighter side. Really ephemeral looking head on this one. Not super dense foam, big bubbles, looks filtered, brilliant clarity, looks awesome. Like, look at that. Hopefully the camera's catching that. Crisp, clean. As kind of undense as the head is, it's sticking around, which is pretty cool. On the nose. Oh yeah, okay. Crackery malts. It smells nice. It smells, maybe this is the wrong way to put it, but it smells crafty. It has a refinement to it that some of these macro lagers we've been tasting lately have not had. Sweet grainy malts, little bit of spicy hop. No acetaldehyde, no apple character on the nose that's so common in those mass market lager beers. Huh. That has an interesting flavor. That's different than I expected. It's good, it's good. The hop character feels a little oxidized to me. The hop character feels a little bit unfresh, which I have to be honest is a little bit disappointing. Let me try it. Let me try it out of the bottle and see if it makes any difference versus pouring it into the glass. Crackery malts. It's not super crisp. It has a heavier body than I was expecting, which is okay if you like that sort of thing. Yeah, good hop character. It's a little bit, the way that I would describe it is it's a little bit tea-like, that hop character, and I'm getting a little bit of a tiny bit of metallic character on the finish, which I didn't expect and I'm not loving. You guys got to remember too, I'm the guy that splits hairs. I'm the guy that dissects a beer down to its very essence and tries to be critical of everything. That's how we make the beer that we make at Treehouse, by being ultra critical. And if I sound like I'm being critical, I'm really not. This is a really tasty beer. It has a heavier body. It has a really nice aromatic profile. The flavor is really nice. Crackery, doughy malts, a little bit of tea-like hop character, and then at the finish, I get a little bit of a metallic finish that's leading me to believe that those hops in these particular bottles have had a little bit of age on them, so they're not presenting as well as I think that they may if this bottle were known to be fresh. Guys, we've had a string recently. We've done Kirkland Signature Lager. We've done Simpler Times by Trader Joe's. We just did Hams, and now we're doing Utica Club. If I had to rank them, I would probably go Kirkland Signature, and then Hams out of Minnesota, and then Utica Club out of New York, and way last, like so last that you can't, like where Pluto is, RIP being a planet, but like Simpler Times would be like, it'd be so far away from the center of the solar system that it wouldn't even exist. But anyway, all good beers, tasty, crisp lagers for the barbecue. No issues with the Utica Club if you enjoy it. I think finding it fresher than these examples would be to your liking. Once again, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Hitting the like button is a huge help. We want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.